I keep hearing that the Iran war started
47 years ago.
Started 47 years ago.
Iran kind of started it 47 years ago,
when the regime rose to power and some Americans were held hostage. To which many have replied that the conflict actually started in 1953, when the CIA and their British counterpart helped instigate a coup against Iran's democratically elected prime minister in order to maintain access to the country's oil. That's true, but it misses a much broader understanding of just how aggressively the US government has been attempting to control the Middle East. Imagine if the Iranian government behaved like the US government has. In 1949, the CIA backed a coup to overthrow the Syrian government, which dared to buck the US on Israel policy and an oil pipeline that benefited the West. They knew the new ruler they backed would be a military dictator, and they did it anyway. When the CIA's choice was ousted that same year, the agency intervened again to help install another military dictator. Meanwhile, in Northern Africa, the CIA supported a 1952 military coup against the King of Egypt, helping switch out one authoritarian government for another and later plotting against the same general they helped rise to power. The US government later supported another military dictatorship there for decades. The following year was when the CIA and MI6 notoriously teamed up to re-empower the autocratic dynastic system that had handed over Iranian oil rights, and the CIA even helped this regime set up their repressive secret police. This meddling directly led to the 1979 revolution and the regime the US government now claims a moral authority to fight. The CIA supported the pro-Western Iraqi monarchy until it was toppled in the 1950s. Then, in 1963, the agency, emboldened by the UK and Israel, helped take down the subsequent Iraqi government in a bloody coup that killed doctors, lawyers, teachers, and others, and facilitated none other than Saddam Hussein's rise to power. The US government went on to aid him later in the Iran-Iraq War, only to come back and vilify him as a pretext to invade Iraq and seize oil resources. That's just a small sampling of the US government's interventionist policies in the Middle East well before the current authoritarian Iranian regime rose to power. Empires like Britain and France had long been worming their way into the region, including Britain setting the stage for the creation of Israel and siphoning off oil from Iran and other countries. The US got in on that too long before becoming the dominant foreign power in the Middle East. By the 1950s, the US government was filling the power vacuum left by the decline of other Western empires, claiming to be fighting the evils of communism while sowing other flavors of evil to serve their own agenda and interests. And look how that turned out. It's not that the US and other Western empires are the sole cause of all the problems in the Middle East, or that they're the only ones to have dominated the region. But their meddling certainly has not helped stabilize or liberate it, despite all the grandiose lies about concern for the people there. And don't forget that at the same time the CIA and the US government at large were intervening in the Middle East in the middle of last century, they were doing the same around the rest of the world, from Indonesia to Guatemala to the Congo, Laos, and many more. Imagine if the Iranian government had behaved like this in the US and neighboring countries, treating the people and their sovereignty like pawns on a megalomaniacal chessboard, and then sweeping all that under the rug and claiming the US started the conflict when all the blowback came home to roost.
47 years.
Started 47 years ago.
47 long years.
That was a lot.